What's up, guys? Welcome back once again. Hope you're having a fantastic week so far. Like always, I know your time is precious and valuable, so let's dive in right away to today's topic. We're gonna talk about health and nutrition, and since we already talked about fasting the last two videos, I thought it would be a good opportunity to keep on going with this subject, because I have a lot I want to bring up here, and I'm obviously not gonna be able to do it in one video, so I will bring it up from time to time later on this channel. But health and nutrition for me has changed over the past 2 years pretty dramatically. I would say maybe the last 1 year, I would say. So I think it's about 2 years ago now since I developed a very huge passion for deep health and everything around that. And so I've been trying out, I've been testing, I've been practicing a lot of different diets and stuff. And for the last year, I would say I've formed a new belief system, a new way how I view things regarding this topic. I also want to give you some tips what you can think about. If you want to change your diet, you want to take it to the next level and become a better version of yourself. I'm gonna give you some tips what you can think about, what has helped me. And like I've said before on previous videos, I'm the kind of guy who believes in transitioning slowly and not doing everything like cold turkey like this. I think it's better we can stick to things, we can implement things that we can stick to over the long period of time, because that's the whole point. If we want to see change and greater results in the future, we have to first of all acknowledge that we need to stick to something better over time. Okay, so for the past two videos, I talked about fasting, I talked about the benefits, my experience with it, and why I think everyone should at least start implementing for some extent into their schedule. And this one is going to be in the same topic. It's going to talk about diet and nutrition. And I put it up here, as you can see, two completely different diets. And I also asked you a question, where are you on this line that you can see here? And I want you to transition to a better diet. Maybe you're not there where I am at the moment. You don't have to agree with me. But what I'm gonna put up here and show you, and what I'm gonna show you on later on this channel, is the things that I'm completely 100% sure of is the most optimal for humans and what we thrive on. And if we look at everything from our intestines to our physiology and biology and everything there. But never mind. So on the left side here you have McDonald's, and on the right side you have raw foods. And I'm not sure if you remember the movie, but it was a movie almost 20 years ago made called Super Size Me it was a guy called Morgan Spurlock who did an experiment with eating only McDonald's food for about 30 days. He ate breakfast, lunch, dinner, and he also ate supersized meals if the expeditor McDonald's asked him for if he wanted to supersize it. And so he wanted to see what happens to his body and physiology after 30 days. And it was actually not very long time ago I watched it because I haven't done it before, so I just wanted to view it. After 20 days, the doctors completely told him that you should definitely stop doing this now because you'll ruin your health. He was actually close to dying because his blood values and everything when they measured him was completely out of whack. It was crazy. So that goes to show how you can really ruin both your body and health and everything just that short period of a time. And when he started doing that experiment from the first day, he was in pretty good shape. He was in decent shape. He had some muscle mass and he was good health overall, but he completely ruined it after only 30 days. So what I want to have said with this is that when I look at diet, how I view diet nowadays that I didn't do for over 2 years ago, is that I want my foods to be mimicking a fast as much as possible. Because I mentioned in the previous two videos that fasting is the body's natural way of cleanse and healing. It's the organism's way, both in nature as well. Every animal, when they get injured or sick, they fast. They leave out the nutrients and calories so the body can put all the energy available in to do what it's supposed to do, which is to heal the organism, which is not what we've been hearing from the school system and the medical industry and everything, pharmaceutical drug companies. They've never told us that because they don't want that. They want to leave out the truth in order to sell drugs and make us addictive so they can make the profit margins go up over time. If we look at how everything is designed, fasting is the way to go if we want to live longer, because it's anti-aging, and that makes most sense because the body doesn't break down any food. It takes a complete rest. It can save up the energy. So the way I view nutrition nowadays is I want my diet to mimic a fast as much as possible, and that's why I get to raw foods. And I'm at the moment eating primarily almost only fruits, actually. Not only, but about 80% fruits. And still eat some cooked food, but on the summertime it's much easier to eat raw. So I want my food to be water rich, have a lot of water, and I want to have fiber and glucose, simple carbohydrates that the body can absorb right away. So what you've been hearing is that you should fear fructose because it goes to the liver and it stores fat, all this crazy stuff, and you spike the insulin, and that's just bullshit. It doesn't do that. You can go and experiment yourself. Go and do a blood work after you've eaten a lot of fruits. I'm gonna show you later on as well. But because the liver takes the fructose goes directly to the liver creates energy, and it transports it to the cells right away. That's the whole point. That's why you have water, fiber, and glucose, because our brain runs primarily on glucose. That's what it prefers. The fat, the ketones it makes when you fast, that's just a reserve. That's just a secondary form of energy it wants to have. So so for me, example, now I see that I want my diet to be mimic as much as a fast, and that's why I eat raw foods mostly. So my question for you is, where are you at this? Let's say we are on a different journey. Everyone is not ready to hear information like this. I know that. I wasn't for many years ago. But I'm a researcher. I want to find out the truth. And for me, this is the most logical thing I ever heard. So if you look at this line, where could you be at the moment? And I would say that if you are some person who is more to the left side here, but you want to improve your life, you want to take to the next level, start implementing small steps right away. If we look at it as well, like if someone goes to McDonald's like Morgan Spurlock for 30 days, he eats 3 meals a day, almost 0 nutrients, and just leaves a ton of waste and poisons in our system. But if he would just add 1 simple salad at lunchtime, would you say he's a healthy person? Obviously not, but he's healthier than what he was before. Because if you do that one every day, that's 7 salads a week. That's 28 salads a month. That's a lot. So which means that he will experience some form of detox, because that's what you will do when you implement foods that are rich in water and fiber. Your body will start to remove poisons and toxins out of the system. Many years ago, not many years ago, but about 1.5 years ago, I did a ketogenic diet, which means that you eat mostly fat, because that's what you want to do. You want to get the body in a state where it produces ketones, which is, like I said, the secondary fuel source after glucose. And what I experienced was I felt very good. I got good skin and stuff like that. But then you gotta realize that only because you feel good at the short period of time doesn't mean it's good. If you think about it, what happens when you've been out drinking on a weekend and you're hangover on a Sunday morning? You feel bad, and once you get another drink or a beer that contains alcohol, what happens? You feel good, because the detox symptoms goes away. Your body stops detoxing. That's why you feel good. So if we look at the sense that we always want to find a place where we feel good at the moment, short-term moment, that's the wrong way to see it. We can just go out and smoke crack and inject heroin and stuff like that, then we will feel amazing all the time. But the point is to feel good over a long period of time. So what happens when I did the ketogenic diet is, because I ate about 70% of my calories were from fat, the body didn't detoxify anymore. So I felt amazing. But I have no idea how much worse I would be feeling now if I would keep going with that. Maybe not now, but in the future. So that's something that you can experience when you start eating high water rich foods with fiber and glucose, because the body will detoxify, because it's so close to a fast that it will provide with those symptoms. And why the skin clears out also. There's a lot of people do the carnivore diet. There's the same thing. They get into ketosis. They don't detoxify anything, so the skin clears out, they feel amazing. They have a lot of energy, because they leave out so many poisonous things. That's why they feel good. And meat has good nutrients, of course, but it takes a lot of energy for our body to digest it, to assimilate that nutrients. And it also leaves a ton of waste in our bodies. In fact, if we look at meat, especially red meat and pork, and our body can only digest about 20% of that. The rest is putrefied and creates toxins in the body. And I've been doing a certain liver cleanse for about a year now, and I'm going to show you later on this channel as well what happens in our liver if we don't eat from those kinds of foods. So like I said, localize or try to find out where you are at this current moment on the diet path. I mean, if you are here, like I said, implement a salad, do a smoothie, do something that's, I don't know, eat a melon, skip a dinner, skip a meal, skip lunch, and go fasting instead. So always transition with small steps at a time that you know you can stick to. And like I talked about before, like many people they end up in this certain area here because of so many different things, and obviously it's not easy. We're all different, and some people have been and experienced incredible traumas and experience in their life, which obviously makes it more easy to be leaning towards these sides because it makes you feel good at the moment. McDonald's is nice. I love to eat there, but the cheeseburgers, I loved them before. Now I'm not gonna eat them anymore. It's just something, it's a commitment for me. I'm not gonna eat there anymore. But I used to love eating there. So don't get me wrong. The fast food stuff is amazing. Tastes so delicious. But we have to think more in the long term. Is this short-term pleasure really worth it? Well, we're gonna pay a big price later on in our life, because that's what we're gonna do. We can't get around. That's just what it is. I think if we always look at the sense that they always say to me that, oh, but I feel good. I feel amazing. And some people, sure, they may be doing that. But the next day when they had their heart attack, they say that, oh, I didn't see this one coming. Because always when things that are very dramatic happens, the day before, the week before, it could be just fine. Because we didn't feel it coming. We didn't have the symptoms. It just happened. So we have to remember that we can't live in a life where we just want to feel good at the moment. And most people don't have any idea how they could feel, how good they could feel. For me, example, I have huge goals with this. I want to be an example for people of what they strive for. Like I have other people I look up to. So, but we have to go through some pain and suffer in order to get there. And I think we have to remember that. If you think this was good value and you know someone who needs to see information like this, please send it to them so that they can at least start thinking in another way of viewing things, maybe implementing a new belief system. So hit the comment, the like button, and subscribe to my channel, please. And see you in the next one. Have a great week. Take care.